Okay.
Hello, and thank you all for being here today. My name is Lee. Officially, I'm new to Las Vegas. Officially, I came here for work. Unofficially, I came here to create my dream. I dream of creating a game about peaceful revolution. It will be about activism gamified and the many ways to protest. It will create a new political party and an actual revolution, because revolution is necessary. I'm looking for co-founders, dreamers, and change makers to help me create this dream. As I've said, Humble Deeds will be a game. Users will earn points and create tokens based on many actions. How will it work, grow, and scale? It will be a community of change makers, by change makers and for change makers. We will work together to create the change that we wish to see in the world. We will provide proof of work, and I'll explain what that means later. Accountability will be necessary for there to be trust. There will be no hate speech, no fake news, and identity verification will be required. Documentation is required, and proof of work is required. People power can change the world. We can change the world. We will take action. We will take steps to make a positive impact by reducing our carbon footprints and by supporting sustainable products. We will stop dreaming and we will start doing. Vote with your money. Vote for change. Humble Deeds will be a habit tracker, a food tracker, and we will eat less meat and dairy to earn points. We will share food. We will organize food drives. We will shop secondhand because fast fashion is destroying the planet. We will organize clothing drives. We will volunteer, and all forms of volunteering will earn points. We will support small businesses because supporting small businesses is extremely important. Attention business owners, trust is earned with actions, not just handshakes. We will demand that businesses make better choices for the environment, like steering away from single-use plastic items. And we will bring our own cups to work. We will lead by example in small ways to create big change. We will reduce, recycle, and reuse. We will say no to plastic. We will conserve water. Some people like to say, water can neither be created nor destroyed. And while that may be true here on Earth, that is a ridiculous position to take when someone is advocating for water conservation. Because the fact of the matter is, many places, I practice this too. Because the fact of the matter is, droughts are becoming more and more common in many places, and if we don't take steps to conserve water, then many communities are going to have worsening and worsening water scarcity. Users will earn points for conserving water, and users will earn points for conserving energy. Listen, nobody is perfect, but every time we decide to eat less meat, every time we choose not to consume dairy, and every time we refuse to use single-use plastics, we will make a difference. And corporations will have to take notice and adapt, or they will perish. We will create eco-markets. We will reinvigorate farmers markets. We will bring back flea markets. And we will normalize repair cafes. For those of you who don't know what a repair cafe is a place where volunteers come together to fix things for people free of charge. There will be an e-commerce on the app, and artists can sell their wares on Humble Deeds, the app, as well. Also, it will be a cryptocurrency, a crypto social currency. And just so there's no confusion, I'm not here looking for venture capitalists to invest in this idea. Humble Deeds will be a non-profit, and nobody will be able to buy shares or obtain company ownership, which means if anyone here helps to co-found Humble Deeds the Game, you will be limited as to how much you receive in compensation. You will not get shares, and you will not get a percentage of the company, and neither will I. 90% of our profits will be redistributed back into the community, because Humble Deeds will not be capitalism as usual. It's time we prioritize people and planet over profits. Yes, climate change is real. What team are you on? A proper definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The red pill, blue wave crap does not work. Maybe it used to work before the Electoral College and before gerrymandering, but it hasn't worked for a while, and it's about time we do things differently. It's time to create a new political party. It's time to change the system from within the system. We need to find our common ground. I will never vote for a Democrat or a Republican ever again. Choose wisely. Your vote is your voice. Your vote matters. And how you spend your money matters too. Vote for our future. Use your vote to make politicians take action against climate change. Teach others why elections are so important and how elected government officials can fight climate change but continually fail to do so, and why revolution is important. There are many ways to protest, and Humble Deeds the Game will not focus on marching in the streets, because there are many other and safer ways to protest. I do not agree with the recent National Defense Authorization Act and spending $886 billion in 1 year on defense. Shit, that's all right. I do not agree with sending any military aid to Israel. I do not agree with the decision our representatives made to veto the United Nations declaration for a ceasefire in the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I do not agree with Citizens United, gerrymandering, the Electoral College, or with the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade. Nor do I believe that shell corporations or tax havens should exist. It is because of these reasons I believe revolution is necessary.
Excuse me, I have a question.
1 second. And I hope to create a game about peaceful revolution, but I need help. I need co-founders, and I need people to share this message and to share humbledeeds.com. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, what does Humble Deeds exactly do for all these things?
So it's going to be a game, and all of these deeds will earn points towards the token.
What's an example of the game?
So you document what you eat, and if it's a meatless meal and a dairy-free meal, you'll earn more points.
Each point goes towards many efforts.
Yes, there's many ways to earn points to create tokens.
You will have a list of agendas that are priority to be launched first.
Yeah, pretty much the ones I went over, like eating less meat and dairy, abstaining from single-use plastic.
That's number 1 and 2.
I'd say number 1 is changing your political identity to help create a revolution, to change the system. Go ahead.
I was the technical co-founder of the Mayday Pack. 2014, raised $11 million through crowdfunding campaign finance reform. I don't know how to tell you this, except I need one. There is no app there. There's just a bunch of ideas and the way you present them. And I consider myself a little bit to the left of Karl Marx, and I'm definitely out sound like a leftist loony. And what you need to do is focus on one of those things. It's obvious if you want to gamify it.
Right.
The game has to be fun.
Right.
And getting points for doing stuff that maybe you don't want to do is not necessarily fun.
It doesn't have to be fun, because the
It
point
kinda
is,
does if you want to do it.
no, the point is you're making a change, and you're gonna change the future by making changes.
Most people, and I say this with all due respect, most people don't want to change. The question is, how do you incentivize them to change? And I don't see a solution to that.
Winning takes the most points, they win.
That's the thing. It'll become a community of change makers actually changing the world by changing their habits. And you will earn points towards tokens and rewards, like discounts on other products.
To speak to my friend over here, I kind of agree that games need to be fun. This is a little disingenuous.
See, I feel like they don't need to necessarily be fun. It's not a game that's going to consume your time in the sense that most video games do. It's a game that's going to create change. And just being part of that change and part of that community is encouraging. It's inspiring.
Okay, can you give me an example of that type of game?
So you're eating a meatless meal, you take a picture of it, and there's an algorithm that gives you points for that. If you conserve water and energy, you earn more points. If you support small businesses, you earn more points.
But the points are not like Pac-Man's fun. The points are running away from the ghosts and trying to solve the maze. Those are fun. People really don't care about the high score if the things you have to do to get a high score aren't fun, like giving up meat, like taking.
Of course it's not fun, but it's change that needs to take place, in my opinion, and I believe others believe this too.
Right.
So it's being a part of that community. It's not about having fun while you're doing it. Of course people are going to have fun. People that get out and volunteer and realize how enriching it is to rebuild a community or clean a park, that's fun for a lot of people.
Allow me to make an example. Maybe instead of getting points, when they do good deeds, after they've done a certain number of good deeds, they get a letter of congratulations from a random grandma. People would be motivated by that versus an arbitrary number going up.
So that's just it. It's not an arbitrary number. It's going to create a cryptocurrency, a social currency that will be respected by other people and can actually be used for goods and services.
Well, you could make it not a coin. You know,
What?
you could make it a cryptocurrency that grandmas determine whether or not you get the currency for what we've done. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It sounds like a joke, but the fact is that people are motivated by incentive, and I can't imagine anybody.
I don't think all people are necessarily motivated by incentive, but I get what you're saying.
Maybe it's
The
what's
word
the incentive? Is
incentive.
it monetary incentive or is it emotional?
See, I believe it's both. I believe just being part of a community and knowing that you're in a community that's actually making changes would be very rewarding.
But that's the thing. The people who would find that rewarding don't need a point system to find it rewarding. They already find it rewarding. They're
True.
already going out and they're already.
But this way they can be a part of this community that's making the changes and not just doing this on their own.
You can organize it. Like, I feel good if I don't eat meat because I say good things are being tortured.
Right?
That's my own little thing. Maybe somebody's own little thing, but if you gamify that and now it's more of a public badge, that adds
Exactly.
enjoyment maybe for that
It's a
person.
social currency.
Yeah,
It's
social currency.
it's like proof of work. It's proof that you're making changes and you're contributing to a future that you want to see.
I don't necessarily see how good people do through this app is going to offset the bad that you have to do to run cryptocurrency mining and things like that.
And that's where revolution comes in,
Yeah.
because revolution is necessary in this country. There are many things wrong with this system, many things need to change, and choosing these red and blue camps and fighting amongst ourselves has solved nothing over the last 50, 60, 70 years.
I've literally written books on what it would take to get a third party viable.
That's fine, who cares? Throw the book out the window. It's time to start doing what we want to do.
You're asking me to throw the book I wrote out my window.
Yeah, I am. I'm asking you to believe in something that people say can't be done. Because yeah, there's been a lot of third parties that have floundered and flunked and didn't succeed.
It was an inappropriate discussion for a technical meetup. I mean,
Yeah,
but it's fun.
What is politics? I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either, but it's kind of not what
It's exactly what my app's about though. It really is.
I don't mind your presentation, I'm just saying this argument.
Can we
We're
get
starting
to
to
the
get into
technical
political.
side?
Okay,
Yeah.
true,
I don't
true.
want to get into political, I can
Okay.
get into political.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point.
One more question. DK, go for it.
So it really seems like the game is not really the point. The point is the political revolution that you want
Right.
to start, right?
Yes.
So the game itself is the vehicle that you're saying is going to enable this thing to happen.
Correct.
I know that there's just one more question, but it's the big question of how and why would this be more effective than just going into organizing, going
Great
into
question.
activism,
Great question.
the way that it's already been done.
How
What's the
is
game?
by creating the new community, the community of people who are going to lead the revolution and be part of the revolution and not caring about the red and blue bull crap anymore that hasn't worked. So that's the how. I mean, it's complicated. What revolution isn't complicated, right? But if you don't agree with the way the system is right now, you could potentially be a user of this app and a revolutionist. And that is the important part, because revolution is necessary. If you don't believe that, fine. But you're kind of a blind idiot if you don't think that the system needs to change, that a lot of things need to change.
Just thinking of the technical challenge to doing this kind of social engineering through, again, that's the question that I was hoping.
Right. So to answer this really quickly, just bringing people together, because social medias that we currently have, they're cesspools, right? It's just arguing and fighting and division. And so this app will be designed to bring people together in their communities to communicate and find that common ground and the compromise and realize we all pretty much want the same thing. And the people in charge don't give a crap. And it's evident in the laws that they make and the laws that they don't make.
I agree with you, what you said about bringing people together, communities. Your idea is about bringing communities together, like,
Real quick.
No. I think the marketing has to be a little bit different. You want to organize people.
Probably.
Right? You said you want to change opinion, you told them to throw his book in your own like research out the window. Right? It's tough. You can't alienate people and be like, oh, I want you to
No,
do it.
you're right. It's very difficult to get this message across. It really is.
Revolution's sake is rough.
Yeah.
Be like, what's the point, right? And then who dictates what true is? I'm not letting people dictate what I think is true.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. So then it comes down to issues and topics, right? And how we need to
Those
communicate.
four things will happen.
Thank you. Thank you all.